So this is the only strategy that has consistently proven to be effective and profitable over the past 3 years. It's so simple, and I only use a certain set of rules that I stick consistently to. And the thing is, this consistency and these simple set of rules has led me to be very profitable using this strategy. Now, the strategy isn't quite for beginners. You do have to have a little bit of understanding of the market. If you are an intermediate trader and you have a little bit of understanding of the market, meaning you understand the basics of trading, obviously you understand candles, you understand certain patterns, you understand support and resistance, you understand the flow of momentum. If you already have a grasp on these ideas, this trading strategy will prove to be very effective for you. So now, what makes a good strategy? Is it the ability to make millions of dollars your first year trading? Well, yes and no. A good strategy can involve the ability to make lots of money. Like, for example, I'm in a trade right now and I'm up $1,400 on it. And that's the kind of thing that you can eventually get to that level where you're making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a day. But it's not about how much money you're making. It's about how consistent and profitable the strategy is. That's the amazing thing about this strategy. Okay, so now to really make this strategy effective, the very first thing you must understand is the flow of the market. If I go to any time frame, any pair, you will always see the same sort of setups. And the first thing I'm going to go over here is the trend. On every market, every chart, you always see a flow consisting of, you could go back and look at these highs, right? And you can always mark out kind of the trend of this high here. And then every time you mark where this kind of break is, you notice price always comes back to these areas. Same thing can go for the opposite here. If we kind of mark out a little trend line here, we'll bring it up and do that, you know, making sure to hit all three of these points here. Every time there's a break of kind of one of these trends here, price likes to come back and touch in between these zones. So knowing this, you can actually kind of assume, you know, with the right moves of momentum, where price will go. So obviously we know when price comes to here on this low, it will eventually come back up to this high and then come back down to this low and so forth and so forth. And it works for everything. You know, we can zoom in and do the exact same thing here. You know, if we take our trend line and we run it all the way through like this, you know, we put a line where the break was here, and price always likes to come back up to it like that. And then we can do the same thing here, repeat it over and over again, mark where the break is. Price likes to come back to these breaks. So that is one of the first basic understandings of the strategy. Now, knowing that, we know that price likes to come back and forth between these areas, then we can actually apply our strategy. So I'm going to show you exactly how to trade this simple Forex strategy. If you are looking for a broker to use and you want to start applying this strategy today and you want to start trading it, go ahead and click my link in the description below and sign up with AAA-FX. They are a great broker to use for trading and they are regulated. So if you're looking for something regulated, go ahead and sign up with AAA-FX. Start trading today, make your money, withdraw your money, and start getting the freedom that you want. Go ahead and sign up with AAA-FX. So if we go back to a random time here on the charts, we're going to look at the 15-minute. We can go ahead and mark out some areas here. So here we had a nice little trend. It has broken. So now we can actually trade price back up to this line. So then what we can do is we can drop down to the lower time frames. So because we were on the 15-minute, we're going to jump down to the 1-minute time frame. Okay, so we actually can't jump back to the 1 minute because it is a little too far in the past. So we're going to do something a little bit easier here. Just going to go ahead like this. We will replay something like that. Okay. We're on the 15-minute here, and we are going to look at where the trends were here. We are going to look for the breaks. We have a break there. Price came back up to that. Okay, what can we do here? All right, well, we could just select this to start just to show you. We have this selected, then we can actually highlight where it broke out here. And then when we drop to the 1 minute, we can actually look for trades back up to that line. So now, how do we look for a trade back up to that line? Well, this simple set of rules that has proven to be very consistent and the same over and over and over again is this simple rule that I apply. All we need to do is see a break of a lower high. So we're going to mark out the lower high here, you know, and we marked that by using the MACD because obviously here on the MACD, we have a high. So we mark the highest spot. Now, all we're going to do is look for a true break of that high and we will trade price back up. So we need to see a true break. So we are going to skip ahead here, wait for a true break. We have a new high that actually formed right here. Now we need a true break of it. We have a true break now. We had 2 candles come out. Now we can look for our entry and trade price back up to the top there. So we're going to go for our entry right here. We're going to set price up to that line that we saw. Then we can just go for a nice little 1-to-1, something simple for now. So boom, just like that, we have price hit our take profit. Now that is the basics of this strategy. Okay, so this was a quick example just to show you how it works. I'm going to break it down into a specific step process so that way you guys can have an understanding. So the first step you're going to do is you are going to start on a higher time frame. You can use the 15-minute, you can use the 1 hour, you can use whatever you like. Just start on something higher. Don't start on the 1 minute, because if you start on the 1 minute, you have to drop to a lower time frame to get into your trade. And if you're on the 1 minute, you'll have to use something like the 5-second time frame, and not a lot of you guys will have the 5-second time frame. So I know that's not going to work too well for some of you. So the easiest thing you can do is to start with the 15-minute. That's what I like to use. We're going to use replay mode here again. We're just going to go back to a random time. So when you're there on the charts, step 1 is going to be marking out a trend. So like I've showed before here, this is a trend. This is a trend here. And you're always going to have breaks of trends. And that's exactly what you're looking for. You're going to look for the spot that price broke out from. So price broke out of the trend here. So this is the line that we're marking. And this is the line that we're looking to take our profit at. If I use replay mode here again and show you, you will be at a point like this. And this is what you're looking for. You're looking for price to break and come down. Then you're looking to enter at a spot where it will be a good opportunity to get into, to bring price up to here. This will be your take profit. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to jump to the lower time frames. In this case, we're using the 1 minute. And now this is where we're looking for a break of the previous lower high. So we're always going to mark out the lowest high. And now all we're simply doing is waiting for price to break above that. So we are going to wait for price to break above, and we want to make sure it is a true break. Now, if you don't know what a true break is, I have lots of videos explaining exactly what a true break is, but basically we want a candle to close, and then we want to see a candle close above our breakout candles, which we have here. Now, as soon as you have that, we're going to go ahead and we enter on the break line. This is just simple. You can enter a little bit further back. You can enter earlier. It's up to you, but simply to get the best risk to reward and to get into the trade as consistently as profitable, enter on the line. It's super simple. And you're going to make sure you set your stop loss below here, and then you're going to run the price up to the take profit. Now, if you consistently can learn to do this, it's very, very easy to consistently make money using this strategy. Now, like I said, you can enter further back if you like to. You could have entered down here if you wanted to, but sometimes price doesn't actually pull all the way back there. And that's why sometimes it's easier just to enter on the break line. But yeah, simply that's all you do. You set your take profit at this, break line here, and then you just wait for price to come up and tap into it. Then you're up your profit. Easy money. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Easy money, easy money, easy money. Now I'm going to show you guys a couple more examples. We are going to, once again, we can jump to another pair. We can go to Euro GBP, Euro GBP. We will also scroll back to a random time here. Jump back, and we will do it live here just to show you this isn't staged. I haven't seen these trades before. I know a lot of you are going to say it anyways, but I just want to show you for those who are curious how it works from scratch. So we mark out a trend, we wait for price to break that trend. We actually missed it here. We were going to go for a sell into this line, but it is a little too late for that now. We'll have to wait for another, trend break. Okay, perfect. We can do something like this. We'll set the line here, and now we are going to look for price to come back into that line. So we jump to the 1 minute, boom, boom. We mark out our higher low because we're doing the opposite now. We're looking for a sell. We're just going to wait for price to break that. There we go. We have a break. Now we are going to, like I said, enter back on the line, take profit on the break line, and then stop loss above there. Okay, so this trade is technically over now. It has come back down, and Technically here we would have missed our entry because it did not hit our entry. It came a little close, but we did not hit it. So this time we wouldn't have gotten into the trade. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes it's a little risky to try to enter further back here because a lot of times you can miss it. You can even miss it on the break line itself. But you know what? Something I actually didn't pay attention to was the higher low was actually right here. So we would have gotten the trade actually if we set our take profit properly. But we're rushing here. We're just trying to show you guys as an example. So we didn't make it in that one, but we will do another example here just so we make sure we get it done properly here. So 15-minute, once again, we are going to make sure to look for a break of a trend. Boom, boom, boom. Had a break here. Now we can wait for price to come back down there. Sure. So we are going to wait for price to make some higher highs and higher lows like this. Boom. Mark that out. See if we can get price to break below it. Cannot, but that is not a true break either. Still have to wait for a true break. All right, so this is an example where price has consistently not been able to break. So we will just skip this example for now. We'll find something else we can do. See if we can get price to break that. There we go. Whoops. Probably do this one here. So jump to the 1 minute here. Need price to break here. Slow, which it did. Perfect. Now we will run our target down to there. Our stop above. Hopefully price can tap into it. Nice, it's tapped in. We'll go to the 15-minute just to make it a little bit faster. And then run price all the way down. Boom, there we go. Price has hit our take profit again. Very consistent, very effective and profitable. Happens over and over and over again. It's been so consistent for me for the past 3 years. So hopefully it will be consistent for you as well. But yeah, this is probably the most simple and effective intermediate strategy there is, and hopefully all of you can make some wonderful money with it and get that freedom that you want trading. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Like always, leave a like down below if you found this helpful, and if you are excited to get trading, go ahead, do a favor for me and go ahead and sign up with AAA FX. Start trading today, start using this strategy, and enjoy.